Product provided by Nintendo.
Okay. Hey, can you just kind of cut it out already? Hey, aren't you supposed to be in overalls?
You're not in the shot.
Just lean it down.
Happy Mario Month, everybody! Hey everybody, and welcome to the very first Mario Month video here on my channel. Yes, just in case the previous bit wasn't clear enough for you, this year I'll be giving Zelda Month a little bit of a break so that we can celebrate the release of Mario Odyssey, Mario Party the Top 100, and just Mario in general. I certainly played games as a young kid, but it wasn't until I first saw Mario 64 that it really opened my eyes as to just how creative of a medium video games could be. It was something about the openness of the world, the fact that you could go or do just about anything, and I mean, let's be real. Those fish! Those freaking fish! They move out of the way when you swim in. That's crazy! So anyway, Mario Odyssey.
Super Mario Odyssey!
Super Mario Galaxy 2 was released on the Wii over 7 years ago. There's been some really solid entries in the Mario series since then, like Super Mario 3D World and Super Mario Maker, just to name a couple, but I for one have had a huge 3D Mario game itch that's needed scratching for some time now. So I guess that begs the question, did Mario Odyssey scratch that itch for me? Well, let's just jump right into the video so we can find out. And speaking of jumping right into it, that's exactly what the game does. The intro cutscene looks great, but definitely doesn't wear out its welcome. It's the pretty standard fare, Bowser's got Peach, he wants to marry her, and Mario's trying to stop him. But unfortunately for Mario, Bowser's just looking a little bit too dapper in his white wedding suit that even I'm having trouble not cheering for him. Go Bowser, you can finally do it this time. I believe in you. It's the end of Mario, everybody. He's dead. You gotta wake up, Mario. Mario. Mario, please! Mario! Seriously, Mario, get up. I want to play more fun games. Let's get a move on. We then meet Cappy, Mario's new companion, as well as Hat, whose sister has also been kidnapped by Bowser, and we're off on our adventure. And first things first, the long jump is back. He's died again. It's the end of Mario. I mean, the long jump was in Galaxy, but it wasn't in Sunshine, so I think it's still worth mentioning. But there is a new gameplay mechanic that has definitely overtaken the long jump as my favorite Mario move, Infinite Roll. Yes, Mario can now roll around like a ball for an unlimited amount of time. It doesn't make any sense at all, but it still somehow does. Because Mario. He could even roll into long jump and then back into the roll again ad infinitum. The world doesn't deserve such an amazing gift, but alas, we have it anyway. Thank you, Nintendo. I'm joking around a bit, but I'm being 100% real when I say the controls in this game are incredibly good. I mean, leave it up to Nintendo to make something as simple as moving around the map be incredibly fun. Realistically, crisp, fun platforming controls has always been something that set Mario apart from other platforming games, but with Odyssey in particular, it feels like Nintendo is beginning to master the art of 3D platforming. And I haven't even mentioned all the brand new Cappy moves. Not only can you throw your cap to hit enemies and break objects, you can also do things like jump off your hat and even do some pretty crazy stuff, like throw your hat out and then do a forward dive to gain extra distance in a hurry. It's all very intuitive, and regardless of your skill level, you'll feel pretty freaking sweet when you pull off a series of jumps to reach a platform that would otherwise be inaccessible. There's also a few motion control only moves. At first I was playing on the go, so I was a bit turned off by being forced to use motion, but once I docked and played on the TV, they started to grow on me. With just a flip of the Joy-Con, you can throw your cap further, do a homing continuation attack after a regular toss, throw your cap into the air, or even, my personal favorite, do a hat spin attack and knock out all enemies around you. I do feel like they could have added some non-motion control options for some of these, like for example, when you throw the hat, maybe press Y again to do the homing attack, but then again, maybe they do have some non-motion control options? Because I discovered a few on accident, even though they aren't listed in the in-game controls. For example, if you spin Mario with the joystick and then press Y, he'll do the spin attack. but it is much easier to just flip your hand sideways and do it that way. I don't know for sure though, you guys tell me. I'm not an expert or anything. Don't tell that to Nintendo though. Just do me a solid, tell them I'm real good. Thanks. But Cappy isn't just useful for killing enemies or helping you jump further, he can also take over people's minds. I'm scared. Hold me, Luigi. It's usually portrayed as this sort of casual, happy-go-lucky thing, like in this commercial, for example. Oh wow, just playing a game in my room and Mario shows up to take over my brain. No big deal.
Well, I was having fun on the couch, but I mean, like, dancing is good too, I guess. Thanks, Mario.
But it's actually pretty creepy when you think about it. Mario just runs up to enemies, sometimes not even enemies, just random animals or creatures that are minding their own business, and completely takes over their minds and bodies. It is I, the great fish Mario. Cower before me, peasants, and perhaps I will spare you. Even when it is enemies that actively attack you, it's just... I mean, enemies are already barely a threat to begin with most of the time, but with this newfound superpower, it's not even fair. Just take these Goombas, for example. They're incredibly easy to kill, but with mind control, Mario's basically just toying with them. I'm sorry, I can't help but find it disturbing that you just use their bodies and then dispose of them when you're finished. At what point does it go beyond self-defense and just become straight up animal abuse? I don't know where that line should be drawn exactly, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that we've crossed it. But it is much creepier than that, and unfortunately I have proof. First of all, the obvious. Many creatures straight up run away from Mario when he approaches. That in and of itself is a pretty obvious sign that this whole mind control thing isn't consensual, but I also noticed this little plush frog toy description. These little froggies wear tiny top hats for self-defense. And of course, considering hats on top of enemies or creatures act as a sort of one-time shield against Cappy's mind control in this game, that's not looking good for Mario, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I rest my case. But anyway, let's ignore how upsetting the world really is and have fun instead. For example, here's Mario mind controlling a flick stick thing. It's kind of like a traffic cone, I guess, except it's not. It doesn't have a mustache either for some reason. I'm not trying to complain or anything, but I'm feeling a little bit ripped off, Nintendo. This strike one. Don't test me. In all seriousness, however, being able to become and actually play as both classic and new Mario enemies is a real treat, and a good portion of the levels and bosses are designed specifically with this mechanic in mind. Oh, and this really isn't related to anything we're talking about right now, but costumes! There's freaking costumes you can unlock, and on top of that, they're pretty amazing. I'm trying not to show too many because I don't want to spoil all of them, but just trust me, they're great. At first, when I was playing the game, I was like, costumes? I'll just stick with regular Mario, thank you. But then I saw that Mario could wear a cowboy outfit and, well, costumes it is. Yes, costumes, thank you. I'll take them. I didn't know I wanted them, but I do. Thank you. I now want costumes in my Mario. I can admit when I'm wrong, and this was perhaps the most wrong I've ever been about anything. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a little bit off track here. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, we're a decent ways into the video now, and I haven't even explained what it is you're supposed to be doing in this game, partially because I assume it's fairly obvious, and also because I'm incredibly scatterbrained and bad at my job. Please subscribe. You get stars! What do you always do in Mario? And by stars, I of course mean moons. It's totally different this time, you guys. It's moons and not stars. It's totally different concept. I'm joking here, but actually it kind of is. In previous 3D Mario games, you'd get a hint every time you entered a level, you'd find a star, and then you'd repeat the process. In this game, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of moons in each level. And other than the main story mission moons, you no longer get hints, and you also no longer go back to the start of the level every time you get one. I miss the old Mario 64 formula a little bit, but overall I have to admit, it's definitely an improvement. Or at least I think it is. I'm pretty sure. I don't like change, except for when I do. And this is one of those times. I think. You can occasionally get hints from this little bird character though. I suppose you could consider it cheating, but it's also reminiscent of how the old games played too, so it's there if you want it, and if you don't want it, it is easily ignored. Since there are so many moons in each level, we're talking anywhere from 25 in the smaller levels to upwards of 69 in the bigger ones, you don't need to get all of them to move on to the next world. In fact, you don't even need to get most of them. If you want to get any kind of longevity with the game though, you'll definitely need to wander off the main story routes of the levels, and you will be rewarded with a lot of fun experiences for doing so. And while we're on the subject of the levels, I really enjoyed almost all of them, especially the bigger levels like the Sand Kingdom and New Donk City. New Dank City?
Insert dank meme here, I guess.
Oh, jeez. Yes, as was revealed pre-release, there are actual people, real life, fake people in Super Mario Odyssey, and they sound...
I just want to...
interesting. They kind of sound like Sims, actually. Despite knowing ahead of time that they existed, it's still pretty shocking the first time you see one. We're gonna head straight... What the heck? It's a people! This is so weird. I know I've seen it in the trailers and stuff, but I was not prepared for there to be a people man here. But there he is. Oh yeah, and you can't mind control them. Just trust me, I tried. Extensively. Shh, I'm blending in. They'll never notice that it's me, the real Mario. TM Nintendo. I'm just a regular, everyday, real-life fake people trying to make it out in the big city. Huh? What's going on? Oh no, they're taking me. They're taking me into the light. I can't go in there! I can't die yet! I have to finish the rest of the Mario Month videos first! Another cool thing about the levels is that each kingdom has its own map. And they definitely didn't phone these in either. They're incredibly detailed, have descriptions of various locations, and even show things like the average temperature of each kingdom. And oh boy! Speaking of the weather, it sure looks like Mario's a little bit hot in this pirate costume. I guess we'll just have to strip him down a bit. Ooh. Goodness. I apologize, everybody. I try to keep these videos relatively family friendly, but oh my, this is a lot. This is a lot of nips. Jeez. All right, guys. Sorry, I have to cut this off, or we're gonna get YouTube flagged over here. This is not appropriate. This is not appropriate for all ages. As is fairly normal for this channel, I suppose, I don't think I did a very good job of explaining just how much fun I had with Mario Odyssey, because I was too busy talking about Mario nips for some reason. But I had so much fun with Mario Odyssey. I had a big smile on my face the entire time I was playing, and to be honest with you, I can't remember the last time a game made me so happy. Here we go, off the rails. Don't you know it's time to raise our sails? It's freedom like you never knew. Don't need bags or a pass to the world like you. Hey guys, I have a Mario Month t-shirt you can buy. Links in the description below. This month only. Make sure you get it. Thanks. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Again, make sure you subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid. Hit that like button, leave me a favorite, a comment, all that stuff. And also make sure you check out the Super Mario Odyssey playthrough on the Gameplay channel. That's up now. You can check it out here, and then check out the last video I did. It's an honorary Mario Month video. Super Mario 3D World Hacking. That one was a lot of fun. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Woohoo! It's a me, Mario.